is where I was sitting last night, so yeah, close enough.
That's fine, because I'm wrong.
That's the way you liked it.
That's
Okay.
the way I like it.
No problem.
Oh, live. Right. Yep, I'm sitting here. Yeah, don't want to be on the live thing.
Good morning, everyone.
Every time I see myself, I think, oh, am I that bad?
Was somebody else was sitting that low sucker?
That was pretty cool that Trumpican shows up, huh?
I think so too.
It's pretty cool that Trumpican showed up, huh?
Yeah.
Do y'all see her on y'all's chat? Yeah? Trumpican?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, because I've seen her everywhere on a lot of people's chats for a while now. It's cool to finally meet her. Yeah. From Mississippi, southern Mississippi. That's a good drive.
She actually flew.
Well, she flew there.
Oh, well, she drove from Mississippi to New Orleans.
Okay. Good morning, guys. Get ready for the 9 a.m. meeting.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
Come on, guys, get those like buttons, please. Hit that like button. Yeah, exactly, Jay. Went by our Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Actually, stays charged. Come on, guys, get those like buttons.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, KB.
Side of you. And again. Sorry. But I don't want to be on.
She's gonna go get her phone.
Yeah, Jeff, I can't wait for those t-shirts.
Good morning, everyone. We're getting ready for the 9 a.m. meeting. We're running a little bit behind, but not too bad. We got Buffalo Man and Wifey over here. And I was, tell everybody good morning. You're forward, right?
Yep. Make sure you guys go follow Samuel. Let's get his numbers up so we can.
Good morning, everyone. Frankie Bobby. I got my own live running right now, too. So, yeah. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Good morning, Big D.
When I saw that last night, I called it a horn gun.
Did you hear the duet the other night?
No.
At nighttime, it was her horn and a couple other people
said
had
hi,
horns, and
Frank.
they were doing.
You're saying hi.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Sorry.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
They had 2 or 3 horns like that.
Oh, that would have been cool, yeah, because that sucker's loud. It's very loud. Yeah, it does. When she hit it the first time when Dee was coming back in, I was like, whoa, what the hell, where'd that come from? Good morning, Debbie Macy. Good morning, Amber Heard's bed turd. Good morning, everyone. We're fixing to hold the 9 a.m. meeting, and of course nobody will be able to hear because they don't have the sound system out. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll try to get closer if I have to.
That's why they said that, because his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the hat.
They were like, I thought this wasn't a Trump rally. I was like, it's not. They were like, why is Frankie wearing so much Trump stuff? I was like, because he's a supporter.
Well, I also have, just so you guys know, I also have that on it. What? So yeah, really, I mean, for real. And I have a MAGA hat too. I went to Pennsylvania to a rally. I went to D.C. to his rally. I went to several rallies. So yeah, I support Trump. I'm not going to deny it. Anybody that says otherwise, oh well, whatever. Yeah, I have my own decisions to make. I left my coffee. Dadgummit.
good to have Miss Sarah and Mr. Benjamin back with us. We're so glad to see them.
Good morning.
We've been praying for you. Missing you. Both of you. You guys are indispensable. You just found that out. And is back in full function. Wishing her valuable members.
You guys,
Everybody's valuable.
I'd get closer, but I'd have to get closer.
All of you are. They've been missing for sickness. Thank you, everybody, for stepping up, filling in the holes there. Yes. Big shoes to fill. You filled them well. But it's good to have them back. Yes. 4 guys that are coming in the kitchen. So as we're done here, if you don't care to go over, trash, come in and just be throwing trash, it's taken away. Everything's cleaned up and sanitized. They say sanitized. I'm not sure if sanitized is enough. I don't know if you've seen my truck lately, but I keep saying I'm gonna clean this truck out. Yeah. I get in it, I'm either talking to somebody or passed out.
I used to take a look inside the fire truck. It's like a big storage bin.
Oh man,
Oh my
it's
God.
like a bomb went off in my truck.
I'm telling you.
Today, I want us to, the gun and car show starts at 10. I figure if we go there at maybe 12 and are there for a couple hours, make sure we take a bunch of flyers and brochures and pass them out for tomorrow's rally. Up until that time, if you don't care, of course, the 4 guys are going to be taking care of the kitchen. Also need the list of things we're going to need for tonight's dinner. Dinner will be at what time?
Subway at 6.
Apparently, a foot long, each of us.
Yeah.
Totally spaced it. We got 100 feet of subs coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Jill said her husband's a musician. They're actually going to come tonight and play us some music. So.
Oh, wow.
That's what we got for their equipment.
Oh, fantastic.
The lady that's bringing the subs, her husband's coming later.
We got a 7,000 watt power generator. So
Awesome. That's perfect.
it should
We
do
got
that.
dinner and a show.
And we'll have to put it out in the back over there because it's real loud. So.
I just told them today I want the totals on that.
I don't know what they played, but
I'm a very lenient person, but that's making me out of the wire. And so I want the numbers today. And that will be forthcoming.
hey, when we
We
get
got a
back with the
convoy to the car show.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll stage up here at about 11:15, pull out at 11:30. And who's going to stay behind and make security at the camp?
I'm sure Jeff.
watching it. See that Bruce show.
I think Jeff's
Jeff's going to stay here too.
I'm sure. I don't know if it's positive.
Didn't get a lot of games.
What's that?
I don't know.
Probably wasn't like the last time. I don't even like the one I know. I can get a bigger. Tell them
They can go.
I just might find that they can tell me get a field by tonight.
Oh, yeah?
I want to make sure I get something where I did that.
If you are staying, would you do me a huge favor and get with this beautiful young lady here who's been handing out a bunch of flyers over here to the auction people? She's been there for what, 2 days now? Okay, you were gonna go again today, but they can do it. So would you just talk with them and let them know how you've been so successful? How many flyers did you hand out yesterday?
77.
Woohoo!
77.
77
Right here.
flyers, right here in this parking lot.
She also brought a guy to my truck door yesterday, and he said
She counts honks too. She counts honks too.
On the trifolds, we have PayPal. Now I scratched out most of them.
well,
You have to.
the problem may not be PayPal shutting us down. We've had some people reach out to us, so let's hold off on scratching all those off. Evidently, there's a setting in PayPal for, like, we're delivering goods.
like they've ordered something from us, and that may be our problem. So that may look like, you know, fraudulent, like we're being fraudulent, not delivering goods. And I'm hearing that people will actually put that down, give us a small donation, put that down just to try to shut us down. So the other side is evil. That's just all there is to it. I mean, they will do everything they can to shut us down. So we just work around them and keep on going. They're going to be evil.
Trash guy, he was part of it.
What you don't understand about that trash guy is he's trying to get home. The quicker he can get in, the quicker he can get out, and you guys are slowing him down. He didn't like that. So,
Probably a good way to look at it.
yeah,
Hey, well, with being truckers, we already understand that.
yeah, to a certain degree.
People want to do 45 and 70 mile an hour zone.
Hey, that's me.
That's what they make the right lane for. Get out of the way.
I want to take up both lanes. It's me. That's what I do.
So anyway, we'll line up here at 11:15. Pull out at 11.
11:30.
What did I say? 11?
Go backwards there.
So you're pulling out at 11,
It's a
you
forward
say?
motion. We're going
Line up at 11:15 and pulling out at 11.
Yes, sir. So I've absent-mindedly revealed that I do have a time machine. No, you can't use it. That's for me.
I know a few people that use them.
It's broke down because I need a new flux capacitor. But once I get that, there'll be 15 flux capacitors on the table when we get back.
Shall we start?
Like Time Machine, Back to the Future, but your truck?
It's my truck. Yes.
Shall we start calling you Marty McFly?
Yeah, I know.
You ever seen Stargate?
Let's not go that way.
That's what it is, like that.
So they're trying to make stickers to pass out.
And they're through the light.
In between now and the time that we leave or stage up, if we can, let's just go through and tidy up the camp, get everything. The trash is empty now, so we can get rid of some of the boxes and stuff. Break down the boxes, obviously, before you throw them in the trash, so that we have more room. So in 2 days, we've actually got our toilets all cleaned out, our trash can all cleaned out. So this is a good day. I'm just saying.
Big boxes, please keep them.
Oh, the big boxes you want to
Boxes.
keep? Oh, good.
Heavy boxes.
Yeah, any
Always
good boxes, always need those, they're telling me, so keep those. Just put them in Miss Rose's car.
He did not just say that.
Yes, he did.
But if we put them in the supply trailer.
So yeah, we'll we need to play. For right now, just put them in the big tent. Find a good box. We need that.
This cleaned up.
Yeah. Need to get our stage set up, everything ready for tomorrow, and that way we're not dealing with all that. So tomorrow, I'm going to meet with leadership just after this meeting and plan the day tomorrow as far as the rally itself, and then after that we'll be out doing what we need to do. So anything anybody needs to address before we? Yes, sir.
I need somebody who's got a pickup to haul 5 jerry cans to the gas station to get diesel. Okay, I got one right here.
All right. Using about a quarter tank a day.
Give or take. I'm gonna keep an eye on it just to make sure that's what it's using.
Yeah. That depends on the heat of the day and all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
too. But
That has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're insulated well, but
Well, like I said, we put 10 gallons in that yesterday morning, giving me almost a half a tank. And to this morning, it's just over a quarter. So it's running about a quarter a day for the temperature we had yesterday.
it's a cool day. So
I don't think today's going to be so cool.
yeah.
I think today's going to be a little hotter.
Mama got something. You raised your hand.
Do we have a menu for tomorrow?
If you guys can put that together,
Pork, pulled pork.
pulled pork.
Yeah.
Pulled pork.
And Amish macaroni salad.
Oh, that's the smoker stuff you was talking about?
Yes.
Okay, they're going to be smoking some pulled pork. Yep, I do remember you telling me that now.
I know all the days blur together.
So, yeah. So what are the sides you're going to go with that? What, when you get
I
sides?
think we talked about Amish macaroni salad.
Just going to go buy that?
No, we were gonna. Well, the plan was to be made, but I think Deb's sick, and we can still make it. I actually have a really good recipe for it.
So,
We'll see. Depends. I mean, we asked for people to donate stuff, so we'll see what happens. So. Did she?
Yeah.
so
Okay.
who's in charge of the smoker?
It was supposed to be Deb.
Who?
Supposed to be Deb, but
Okay.
yeah, that's something we had already put out there.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. Somebody will make it happen. One of those things, smokers, you can let go.
Yeah.
You guys want to take care of the smoker then? Make sure that the smoker's set up. We'll get everything to you.
It is. And
And you ever run a smoker? I think it's pretty much
Yeah,
push a button and go, ain't it?
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
All right, then you got the.
I'll help out.
See how easy it is to volunteer? Didn't know it was that easy around here, did you? All right, there's the man.
Yeah.
There he is. Boom.
If you don't care, get with them and kind of show them what's,
Oh, yeah.
what's necessary.
Yep, definitely.
We'll let you guys take care of the actual smoking of the meat.
I'll help.
Can you make macaroni salad?
yeah.
You have the stuff to make it? All right.
Got lots of it.
And was going to speak on that. Did you read that?
What was that?
What'd you say, hon?
They got the macaroni.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there is not. Yeah. That's so we got to get seated together and do it. All right. So you guys gonna take care of the meat and making the macaroni salad? Do we need chips or anything like that to go along with that? Do we have chips?
No, we got plenty of shit.
We got plenty of chips? Okay, we got plenty of chips, so we'll have chips, macaroni salad. What about drinks? We got plenty of Gatorade mix and water.
We got plenty of water.
All right, maybe we can.
Yeah, what we had
Yeah,
planned,
plenty of
there's
water.
Kool-Aid stuff. We've asked for people to, and I know there's orders to make, so
Okay.
I'm
So
sure
any
we'll
other
have
drinks
plenty.
that come in, we'll just throw them out.
Right.
That's not a big deal.
Right.
But we want to make sure we got, again, I don't want to get to tomorrow and then find out we don't
Nope,
have
yep.
what
We figured by like 6 o'clock tonight, if we didn't have the stuff, then we'll have to adjust or fix the.
But we do have the meat, we do have the macaroni, and we do have the chips. So drinks we've got. We just got to, pull that together.
You have the meat?
I don't know. I haven't even been in there yet.
The pork butt?
I don't know. I haven't been in there yet. I know somebody mentioned that they were going to get them, so I'll take a look.
Yeah, we did put it out on the live stream. So.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we're waiting on that too.
You just got to be careful because when you ask for it, it'll come in droves.
Yeah.
It's okay. Too much. No.
Yeah, we just need a chest freezer, and I've had a couple people say it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought somebody said they're going to be bringing it.
okay.
There was one coming, right?
All right.
Need a lot of people to pull the pork.
Okay. Need some people to help you pull the pork. Who's willing to help them pull the pork tomorrow?
Santa,
1, 2.
can you swim? We're going to rent a drum stank and see how much money we can bring.
Santa doesn't get in water except for the bathe.
But I'll throw you a bar on lever.
There's a reason. There's a reason for that. I've got a bad back.
I understand that part.
I just happen to think about that. That's a good excuse right there. I've got a bad back. I can't do a dunk tank, guys. Sorry.
Hey, sometimes if you get in the water, it makes your back
That's
feel
enough.
better.
That's enough, Big D. That's enough. All right.
Sometimes if you get in the water, your
I
back
just
feels
pulled
better.
that one out, and it was working really well. So
Good job, D.
it was working really well for me, D. You just keep that opinion to yourself, all right? That has not been medically proven at this point.
That's what I mean. Every time my back hurts, I just go take a shower. It starts feeling better.
You're surprised what water does for the back.
That's right.
It did me a favor too.
That's right. See,
Yeah.
we're going around the camp with it
Yeah.
now. Look,
I didn't want to
See?
get in. I did. and It helped.
It's a proven fact.
11:15. 11:15. We're lining up. 11:30. We are leaving. Not 11. That's 11:30. So okay, the people that raised your hands to pull the pork, Miss Ann, Sarah. Got these two here. Who else? Somebody over here.
Janice said she'd do it.
All right.
What?
All right.
Pulled pork.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
So we got people to help you do that. Just stay close to them tomorrow. We'll probably need to put that pork on overnight. What I'm
Laura,
thinking.
tell your son, Buffalo Man 11 said happy
Everything
birthday.
I've ever smoked, I've just got a small smoker, but everything I've ever smoked takes quite a while. So, anything else?
Anyone have any questions?
Let's bow our heads and pray. Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for all that you have done for us, all that you're going to do for us. We give you honor, we give you praise, we give you glory. You are the God of heaven. We are your humble servants. Ask you, Father, please to smile upon us today. Give us a safe and prosperous day, O God, for your cause, for the advancement of your kingdom and your glory. We begin to again openly beg you for help in the hearts and minds of our representatives in Washington, D.C. and state governments and local governments. Ask you, Lord, to put in the hearts of the American people the call to rise up, make their voice heard. For a small group here, oh God, backed by a very large group, we ask you, Lord, to put it to their hearts the same desire that you've put in ours. Wake others up, oh God, that they may see the danger that lays in front of us, that they may be willing to join this peaceful fight for a just cause. I ask you this, Father, in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen, amen, and amen.
Amen.
All right, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Guys, it just sounds so good to hear everybody say that in unison. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but we've become a pretty good team. Even the pledge is well organized and it's coming together.
I do have a few questions.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry I had the camera away from me. Hey, Lisa Ellerman. Good morning, the Robert Esquire Show. Alex is getting his booth set up right now down in DC. Maybe go check it out sometime today. We'll see how that goes, KB. I was trying to think that Santa is working for the government. Too. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Vicky Bell. Good morning. Good morning, Jenny. Her name is Ellie Elizabeth. I need to remember to text her today, guys. Call her or something. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so guys, here's Janet. Buffalo Man. Yeah, so everything that was going on last night, guys, it was all a farce.
Yes.
Yes, right?
We're all in the same place together.
I know.
They're trying to, like,
And you're even talking to me on my live stream. It's like,
While
what
they're
are people saying? It's just the way they are. Trying to create division. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I just thought that was funny because you're literally right there. We're right here.
I know. Well, that's what I found so funny
Saying this
too.
and they're saying that, and we're
But-
like looking over there.
But had I been on live at the time, we'd have both put both live streams together and told him, hey, here we are. What are y'all talking about? I'm not talking smack about him. Why should I? And what I don't understand is that they're going to say that I'm talking smack about Buffalo Man, but yet Buffalo Wifey, you are one of my moderators. I don't get it, guys. It's crazy. It's just division. Trolls. Haters. Haters gonna hate. Good morning, Cody. Good morning, Angela Renee Woody Montgomery. And everyone from Ohio. Happy birthday, Super. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for the well wishes there. Gas is $4.89 here in Jacksonville. Beach, Florida. Wow. 489. I think so far the most expensive, and I'm talking in the area that is the lesser expensive of the Metro DC area, because Metro is much more expensive than where I live. That's why I live where I live. Out to the west of the metropolitan area, but only about 80 miles away, 70 miles away, something like that from DC. So, but yeah, over there in town, I know I saw 479 last week because I actually had to put gas in, and it was 479 over in Herndon, Virginia. Good morning, Veronica Cole. Thank you all for being here. Kenneth Barbier, hello. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. 495. Oh my gosh. Time for piggies and politicians to walk and swim. We can't afford them anymore. I know, right? Good morning. I slept well after I finally went to bed. I don't think I went to bed till like 2:30 this morning or something like that. So, yeah, I'm looking for my coffee. I left it somewhere. I might have to cover and where the hell did my coffee go? You didn't steal my mug already, did you? Because I thought I had it set in here on the block. What did I do with my coffee mug? Brand new coffee mug. Can't find it. Look at that. Thank you. Found it, guys. I did set it on the block. Just this one when I came to the truck. Anyway. It's bright. Beautiful blue skies today. Sun there behind me in the east. Yeah. So somebody on another stream was saying that I am the I hope it's not still too hot. No, it's just right. Well, actually, I'm going to walk around the camp drinking my coffee, talking to you guys. Well, no, I don't know. Good morning, Lele Sanders. Good morning, Patriots. Supporting, praying, and watching from Florida. Happy birthday to your baby girl. Thank you all. Yeah, like I said, her name's Haley Elizabeth. She lives in a town not far from me. All my kids do. That's why I'm here. Good morning, Joe. So nothing about how they're going to end the mandates or the Emergencies Act. That dude's just a hater, man. Well, we all have expectations. The Robert Escobar show. We all have expectations. It just takes time to make them happen, because for the simple fact, they didn't make what's happening to us right now happen overnight. So it's going to take more than just overnight to make things happen. We need numbers. We need people. We want to build our group here. And that's one of the things, you know, everybody talks about, you know, well, they did this, they did that. Yeah, but they already had something built. We just started building our group here. This is, you know, the people that are willing to continue to fight for freedom. 489, that's hard to believe, guys. All right, I'm trying to get back to end time. Yeah, it would be cool to see Alex. You're all nuts. God-fearing people don't call other haters. Really? For real? You believe that? You just heard me say it, right? Good morning, Gloria. Thank you for being here. Why doesn't anyone push back on Santa when he doesn't answer any real questions? You're funny, guy. Unhappy people like to spread their misery. Pray for them. I know, right, Lisa? It's just unreal. The ladies are in prayer over here. I'm a happy person with a good life. Pray for me. Everybody needs prayers. You're not the only one. $5.62, 22-gallon tank yesterday, or $5.65, 22-gallon tank yesterday, $125. Wow, in North Carolina. That's where the Buffalo Man and Janet are at, Jamie and Janet. Good morning, Watt Life. How you doing? Yes, it is a very beautiful day. Go ahead and censor me for just asking questions. This is why your movements keep failing. Robert, why don't you come down? Why don't you come and meet? Come and share some of the knowledge that you have with us. All I ever hear you do is talk smack on here. I don't ever hear you come up with anything decent to say. Exactly, Vicky. No need to be rude. Ricky Bobby Baby, where your NASCAR? LOL. Yeah, okay. Enjoy the journey. Thank you. Hey, Morpheus 5. Good morning. And as well as you, enjoy the journey. And you, Robert Escobar Show. Good morning, everybody. I didn't mean to dish y'all like that, but I did mean to say good morning. Kathy Newhart, good morning. Letty Liberty, good morning. Costco, Maine, 501 this morning. Wow. So it just went up again. I'm assuming, Letty. Smash the like button on your way out. Hey, good morning, Leading 39. With all due respect, they've had over 3 months. How much longer does it take? We're barely 2 weeks old. What are you talking about? This is not what it was. This is totally different. This is a movement. This is no longer the convoy of any sort. We do convoy, but this is a movement that we're dealing with here. So we haven't had 3 months, we've had 2 weeks. And everybody expects us to have already created some kind of difference in life. Good morning, Dasha and Grandma. Add real demands. Just filled up my tank, $6.19 a gallon. Wow. And I believe you're over in California, right, KB? Good morning. Thank you, Summer Blossom. Your own nuts. This movement is less than 3 weeks old. Yeah, we just turned 2 yesterday, technically. Texas Cowboy Convoy is coming. Yes, that's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing. Good morning, Mickey Flynn. I need to, I wanted to come in and show you guys the meeting this morning, of course. But I do need to make a couple of phone calls today. I'm trying to get maybe somebody over here with some flags that they want to sell. I have some people that I met not too far from here where I was buying all my flags, where that Trump Nation flag came from, and most of my others. I don't know if all of y'all saw. I don't think I put it on live, but I did mount that restoration sticker, restoration movement sticker last weekend. I think I put it on there on Monday. That's when they came in on Sunday. Thank you, Vickyville. Same thing, different characters. Well, that's your opinion. No, it's not the same thing. I don't remember anybody coming in here and educating the public with information and stuff like that the first go around, or the second one for that matter. And then whenever it dispersed, well, now this movement is going around educating people, giving them information and stuff like that. I'm coming to Winchester today, 10 to 12. Our Congressman Ben Klein is going to be there. Where's there? Where's there, Gloria? Share a little bit more information with me. Hold on a sec. Oh, they're in a leadership meeting right now, so yeah, I can't go in there anyway with the live. So yeah, I'll set you guys down to go over there and speak with them. I know the gas prices just keep going up, Veronica. They haven't stopped.
Hey, buddy.
somebody donated, I think I heard 3 brand new picnic tables. They're gonna go pick them up in that truck there with the trailer. We got, they say we got that second reefer coming. There's delivery of goods coming. There's all kinds of things happening today. And then they want to go to the, we have a rally tomorrow, and they want to go to the car show, gun show today. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I would probably rather run down the highway, take a road trip, and go do something. And the Alex thing sounds like a might doable thing to do, but I'm not sure. I'll have to contemplate that. You'll have to remember I hate crowds, and anytime I'm associated with any kind of a crowd, I feel out of 5305 Middle Road. Okay, maybe I'll go to that, Gloria. Price of diesel is outrageous. I know, right? Yesterday I saw diesel for $5.65. I think something like that here in the local area. $5.65. It may have been more than that. It was $5.65 the other day, I know for sure. That was after it had gone up from $5.55, so it went up 10 cents. Pretty much an overnight thing. Yeah, maybe. I don't have music playing. Maybe, I don't know. I'll see what I can do. I like the size next sticker on the back of your truck. Stan has missed. I know, right, Matt Helmer? I like Stan. He was pretty cool. That was actually the second sticker he gave me because I lost the first one. When I met him, when I did a walk around the whole facility there at the Speedway. Like I said, it was very large. Hey, good morning, Mavericks Taylor. And good morning, Buffalo Man from Sean. If wifey's watching, pulled off Strasburg, started to drive again. Ben Klein is my friend. Oh, so you're here local right now, Gloria. You've already arrived to the area if you're in Strasburg. I'm 2 hours north of Sacramento myself, Rolling Hills Casino, coming California 565. I drive to come in from Red Bluff just for gas because it's that much cheaper, right? You pulled off Strasburg exit. That's where my children live, my grandchildren. 615 in PA. Really? Oh, for DFT. Wow, that's ridiculous. When y'all go to DC, I'll be there. Thank you, Rose Towing. It's coming. It's things have already been discussed and whatnot. I just don't know when. We want numbers is what we want. Crystal's, as a matter of fact, yeah, Crystal's supposed to be in today, I believe. And supposed to have some numbers with her. I haven't been keeping up because I don't have Facebook, so I don't know exactly how many people she's met up with. I'm assuming she's live streaming some of that. Gloria is a big deal, local to me. Oh, really? Yeah, she said she was here last week, and you said you're coming tomorrow, right, Gloria, for the rally? Yeah, because I think Gloria came to our last rally last weekend, and I think she said she's coming again this weekend. They're shutting down the economy. They're trying to force us. It's getting faster. They're moving the timetable up, as somebody said that they needed to do. And I forget who the propagandist was that was speaking, but said that we need to hasten what it is that we're doing. Meaning they're trying to kill the economy quicker than they have been to this point. See, they've got a plan. It's been all planned out, in my opinion. Good morning, Kendra. It's been planned out for quite some time. I mean, some of the things that I knew back in the 70s, but being a young kid, you know, of course it didn't mean anything to me, but I still have those memories from those years. And now as an adult, or even earlier on as an adult, the, hey, Russell Yichung, you know, in my early 20s and 30s, of course, and of course carrying on through to my age today, I've seen this corruption. I've watched it happening year after year after year, always wondering why nobody, hey, Brizzy Months, always wondering why nobody wanted to do anything about it. Why were we not trying to do something about it? And, you know, then you would get a little group here and a little group there. And I was too busy being young and working my butt off raising a family. I didn't pay much attention. Thought about getting into politics in a small town, rural town here in Virginia. And I decided against that, especially after the way that they drag people through the mud. I mean, they would have all kinds of crap to be thrown at me, slinging mud at me. But yeah, I've always wanted to get involved, but I know that they'll slander me to no end. And they you know, they'll have the ammunition in my mind, because I've never been perfect. I never will be perfect. And I've done my crazy things as a child, like everybody else, or as a young adult, however you want to look at it. Yeah, so that's one of the things that kept me out of politics, is the nastiness of it all and the way they try to demean their opponents. That's one of the things I hate the most about the politics. I would be one of the guys that comes in and don't want to fight back, and they'd be talking smack about me the whole time, you know, their whole campaign, and I wouldn't be able to do that. I remember the gas shortages of the 70s. Yep, limited on what you could get, and doing it in odd and even days, odd and even numbers. Do you remember that on your license plate? Last digit being odd or even depicted on whether you went Tuesday or Wednesday to get gas, because Tuesday and Wednesday was the only day they were going to be selling gas. It was ridiculous back in the day. I remember sitting in lines with my uncle trying to get gas, and my uncle, the one that raised me, he's like my dad, but unfortunately he passed at a young age for me. I was 15. Good morning, Cicely. Thank you. God bless 1776, the Restoration Movement, Godly Movement, God's Warriors. Thank you. How long you celebrate the baby girl birthday? It's just her birthday today. Today was the day she was born. As a matter of fact, at 12:29 in the afternoon. That was back when they worked for us. It did get better in time. This won't get better. That's true, Jeannie, because it did. It changed. Well, of course, look who became president when it started changing. And he had a heck of a time trying to regain control of the economy, because it was just so whacked out back then. And that's back in that day is whenever I joined the service, right out of high school. 6 days after graduation, I was in boot camp. Some freedom talk, hand out flyers, and eat. Lots of talk about eating and eating. And yeah, because we're healthy individuals and we like to eat, PJC, so what's your point? Why are you here if you think that it's hogwash? Apparently you're interested. Hey, Lisa Weddle, good morning. 19 food processing plants just this year so far. Yeah, and Lisa, I thought that number was larger than that. But your figure works. I mean, think about it, 19. Imagine how many food processing plants 19 facilities can produce for us Americans here in the United States right now. 19 facilities can produce a massive amount of food. Because if I'm not mistaken, some of these facilities work 24/7. I'm not saying all of them do, but I know a lot of them do, because I know that they did. They had to take a 4-hour break at a meat packing company. I forget. My cousin and my cousins and brother worked for a meat packing company years ago. Jenna Solo posted again. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. What's Small's name? Samuel's name? Oh, anybody have that? I have a moderator in here, right? Samuel. Sorry, I cannot remember. Samuel something mission. Samuel Freedom Convoy mission. Freedom something, or Samuel's something mission. Yeah, I do know that. I don't remember exactly what it was. I never wrote it down. Happy Saturday, the March of Triton, the iguana guy. Or does that say iguana? Igem's guy, my bad. Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Pretty impressive to see 173 people on my stream, 74 at 10 o'clock, before 10 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast. What is happening there outside? Unknown. I hear you. Wishing the happiest birthday for your baby girl and your family as you celebrate her. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Carol. Ellie Federico, good morning. Samuel, Dallas, Texas. Yeah, I knew that it had, the way I saw it was, I thought it was Samuel's Freedom Mission, maybe. And then in parentheses, he had Dallas, Texas. I think it was the way he corrected, or he changed the name, because at first I think he just had TX. And then he put in Dallas, Texas in parentheses. But I was thinking he was coming from Mission, Texas. But apparently he's on a mission. I totally misinterpreted whenever I read it the first time. LGBTQ, let's get Biden to quit. LGBTQ, let's get Biden to quit. Sounds like a plan. And thank you, Osiris Ra. Good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Hey, Big Smokey. Thank you. I'll be sure to let her know it's my mom's birthday. Well, cool. Tell your mom I said happy birthday, Big Smokey. And yeah, give her a hug and a kiss if you get a chance to see her. Otherwise, just let her know, yes, I need to be so hostile. Well, come out here and share that frustration with us, buddy. Hey, Frank Rizzo, good morning. Rain-soaked Florida. Is raining down there? And thank you, Frank. I think this movement will grow big time soon as things get worse. Very true, Lisa. There'll be more people will be waking up. More people will want to get involved because they'll begin to realize that we haven't been conspiracy theorists sitting on the sidelines. We've been conspiracy theorists fighting for the truth, which would eradicate the conspiracy. $88 likes and 179 watching. Hit that like button. Thank you, Summer. That came from Summer, guys. Good morning, Mercy Rains. Thank you. I don't like crowds either, but that's kind of why you're there in the first place. I know, and see, that's what I hope a lot of you understand. Me doing what it is that I'm doing now, though I'm sitting in my truck right now like usual. But me doing what I'm doing right now is totally out of my wheelhouse. You would have never in a million years would I ever imagine doing what I'm doing right now. We'll just put it that way. I'm not that type of person. I've grown away from the crowd per se, not wanting to be associated with lots of people all the time kind of thing. That's why I don't live in the city. That's why I stay away from stores. I don't go shopping. I will only go shopping when forced. And of course I have to force myself to go because I don't like going out in public. I don't like going out in crowds. I don't like being around a bunch of people, especially now we got to worry about them shedding. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I'm not saying it's a farce. I'm not saying it's reality. I just know that that's what I hear. So, but I don't get sick, so I'm not too concerned in all reality. And then again, I know that God's got my back no matter what. So I'm not worried about getting sick by any means. God hasn't let me get sick in over 2 years, 3 years. Let's see. No, the last time I was sick was in Texas. And I think it was like 2015.
because it was right around my second neck surgery. I had to have 2 neck surgeries, one in 2010, one in 2015. I'm surprised there aren't more people awake. Actually, there is people awake. Everybody's doing things, getting prepared for tomorrow and later on this afternoon. Some people came directly to the meeting, hadn't eaten yet, and some went and grabbed their food during the meeting so they could go sit in the vehicle or wherever they wanted to go find a place and sit and have their breakfast. Like I'm still drinking my coffee. I already had breakfast. We had something I'd never had before. Eggs with hash browns cooked in with bell pepper. And then we had bacon. And then we had French toast. And yeah. Oh, and then I had grape syrup. I wonder if it's still out. The lady told me that it comes from Greece, I think. Yeah, I believe that's what she said. It comes from Greece, that grape syrup. It was sent to us. And it's supposed to have healing properties in it. So it's supposed to be very healthy to eat. And of course I had to try it because I'd never seen it before. Cicely, thank you for streaming for us. You're awesome. You're much appreciated. Your dedication and hard work is a blessing to our movement, our godly movement. Well, thank you, Cicely. That's very kind of you to say. I much appreciate that. But yeah, so, you know, as a child, I was always taught, you know, you have to try something at least once before you can say you don't like it. And that's the way I've always felt about it, too. I was the same way with my children. And so I was like, well, let me try this. It sounds kind of weird. It sounded weird to me. Grape syrup. I've heard of grape jelly, grape molasses, or no, not molasses, grape wine, whatever. And but I'd never heard of grape syrup. And so I tried it. And it was actually very good. If you like molasses, the flavor was there. Hey, Osiris, good to see you as well. Happy birthday to your daughter and family. Wish you all the best day ever. Blessings. Thank you, Osiris. Thank you. Emerson has the masses brainwashed. Well, they've been doing it for a while, Lloyd Fisher. The brainwash that we see today didn't happen overnight. I can tell you that. It wasn't like as if they flipped the switch. Hey, good morning, Simply Wicked. Thank you. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Lisa. Shedding. Hey, Adoptable Joshi, thank you for being here. Good, Linda Anderson, good morning. Kirti Khalij, I'm assuming that's how it's said. Kirti Khalij. Is this rally? No, that's tomorrow. My blood type is O negative. So true, it's been raining in South Florida for a week now. Oh, wow. Good morning, Be Kind. Hello. I hope you're doing well in Canada. Yes, to meet you, Gloria. All I had was Fruit Loops. Good morning, Dash and Grandma. It was actually really good. Like I said, I never had hash browns. I'm sorry if it's louder. I never had hash browns and eggs before. I've had hash browns and eggs, but never hash browns and eggs. Going to be a beautiful day. Good morning, Trish McClure. So happy y'all had a great breakfast to fuel your day. That grape syrup really sounds interesting. Yeah, even if it's not on the table, I'm gonna go find it in the kitchen. Somebody will probably help me. Type O can't get COVID. Well, that's great to hear. God bless me in so many ways that we would never imagine, right? But think about that. God, I could have had any blood type in the world. Think about it. I could have had any blood type in the world, but I have O negative. The one that can help any and everybody except for another O negative person, from what I'm to understand. My blood can be used in A, AB, B, O plus, O positive blood types, people. but O negative, something like that. I don't remember the exact thing, but yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yes, I really don't get sick. Like I said, the last time I think I was sick was 2015, the fall of 2015. And I went to work anyway, because we were working in the middle of the night. We were putting in 5-foot diameter steel pipe, 21 feet off the ground in midair. Of course, we were putting stands underneath it, but yeah, we had a crane that was holding the pipe in place when we made the connection. And imagine trying to make a connection on a 5-foot round piece of pipe. It was all double wall. No, it wasn't double wall. It was single wall, spiral. That's why you aren't subject to being sick, have type O, never had to see. Yeah, me either, Lucky Melinda. Wow, Jeannie, that's cool. So, but Jeannie, I'll ask, do you get sick often, per se, like colds and stuff like that during the wintertime? Because I don't, that's why I'm asking. But when I do get sick, oh my gosh, it's like the end of the world arrived. Your daughter is O negative and she got to see, huh? Wow, that's peculiar, because I've heard this story about the O negative not getting C for a while. That's right, Lisa. Me either. Type O, no jab, no C. Where is Center from? Ohio. Good morning, Jean. Jean Heflin. Good morning. I heard that. I'm O negative, but I have lupus. I can't donate blood or anything. Oh, sorry to hear. I don't donate blood because I don't like needles. So they think they're gonna stick a needle in my arm. They've lost their minds. You get that right, Cicely. Freedom. Yes, it's true. No, I don't. You don't get sick either? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing, because I don't get sick. I mean, I really don't. I used to have, what do they call it? I was one of those kids that never got sick at school, and they give you some kind of a certificate for missing no days. I don't remember what that's called, but yeah, I used to get those when I was in school because I never got sick. But probably everyone will get COVID sooner or later. A lot of us may have already had it adoptable. A lot of us may have already had it, just weren't aware because it didn't make us sick. Because I would want to believe if I went in and had my blood tested, I probably have antibodies. That's the way I feel about it. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I know I never got sick. I have not been sick. And like I said, I drove up and down the East Coast here in the state of Virginia, from Northern Virginia to Southern Virginia, the Virginia Beach. And no mask, never washed my hands, in and out, truck stops, service stations, whatnot. And going to restaurants, if the restaurant expected me to put a mask on, I'd walk back out. I wouldn't patronize them. Yes, I do have a good immune system. And, but yeah, I mean, shook hands, stood next to, spoke to him within 2 feet of each other. And he tested positive for COVID, and they warned me, made me go home and get tested to make sure I didn't have it. And I didn't. Came back totally negative after 2 tests. We had it in December. We were vaccinated, and I had to get the infusion. Doctor wants me to have another booster. I said no. Be very wary of that, Dash and Grandma. Be very wary of that. I'm not telling you yes or no. I just know for me it's a no. It's a big fat no for me. I have no issues. Well, let me rephrase that, because I do have issues, but it's all within my spine, with my bone and stuff, because I have deterioration of this in my lower back, and of course it affected my neck too, from the best of my knowledge, because I have five vertebrae fused in my neck. C3 through C7. They're all fused, discs removed. They told me it was pig bone. They stuck pig bone in between the discs to keep them separated. And then I have titanium plates and 12 screws. I can show you a picture, but it's on my phone, of my x-ray of my neck. It looks pretty crazy if you ask me. Biden just forgot about all the Build Back Better stuff and all settled for just leave everything exactly how you found it. I know, right? For real. My mom always said if I got sick, I was still going strong. I never missed school at school or work. Not saying I haven't taken a sick day from work, but you know how it goes. They would focus on building up immune systems instead of people would be a lot better. Yeah, see, that's one of the things that some of the people have been saying and stating out loud is, you know, why aren't they telling people to get out and exercise and get some vitamin D in their system instead of trying to keep you cooped up, locked up in your home, being afraid of everybody and everything that's around you. It kind of tells me that they're trying to break down your immunity system even more instead of giving you the opportunity to help build your immune system up. So those of you that don't know any better, vitamin D coming directly from the sun is like one of the best sources of helping the body of anything. That was one of the things I used to joke about because I worked in a basement for a couple of years over at the medical center when I was working in Houston. And the big boss would always ask me, how's everything going, Frank? And I'd tell him, you know, oh, everything's going very well, except for I'm starting to feel a little bit vitamin D deficient. So yeah, and as you can see, this is probably the darkest I've been in many years because I've been inside so much with my work. Now I'm working outside a little bit more than I have in the past. I was on a roof the other day all day long. Oh my gosh, it was hot. It was one of the hottest days of the season so far around here. And I had to be on the roof all day long moving material. Had C, but took lots of vitamin C and D, all kinds of good things. How ill did you feel, Summer? Osiris, amen. Then get the devil out of our house. I'm O negative and I hardly ever get sick too. Hey, Joe, Navy vet, thank you for being here. And see, there must be something common there, guys, because we had something similar to a conversation like this a few days ago, last week maybe. We had a conversation similar to this, talking about the O-type blood, and a lot of people were making the same comment. We don't get sick. O-negative people don't get sick. So I'm not saying you can't get sick. I'm not saying you won't get sick. It's just that we don't get sick often. So yeah, I can't take anything to boost my immune system. My body is my own enemy, but I'm good. No worries. As long as you're taking care of yourself, you'll always be good. And always remember, God's got your back. If you're a godly person, God's got your back. God's only going to take us whenever He wants us. He's not going to take us a day sooner. I will say that and feel honest about saying something like that. That's one of the things I've always told people, you know, well, aren't you worried about this? Aren't you worried about that? Look, God's going to take me when it's my time to go. He's already written the book. My days are already numbered. And I don't think He's ready to take me just yet because He's got me here fighting this because I feel so strongly about what we're doing here. And I know it's going to take time. People, like I said, people expect things to happen overnight. Stuff doesn't happen that way. If they've been running this country into the ground for the past 65, 70 years, what makes you think that we're going to correct it in 2 weeks, 3 months even a year? I mean, you're almost asking for an impossibility if you think about it. But people want to say things like that because they expect instant gratification, because that's the society that we've started to grow up in, is you can instantly be gratified with anything and everything that you want. Think about it. You can go to any store and buy just about anything in the world. You can pull up anything online and do anything that you want to do on that. Instant gratification has been the norm for our society for too many years. And that's what people are still expecting right now, is instant gratification. That's not going to happen. There's going to be a fight. There's going to be a battle. There's going to be something long. This is going to take time. And people just aren't getting that that idea. I don't understand why they cannot believe that. They want us to go down and occupy DC and throw everybody out of the government. It doesn't work that way, guys. We have to do this legit. It has to be done legit. And we hope and pray that God is working in other avenues. And I honestly believe that he is working through Trump and his people. Yeah. And I believe that we, the movement here, are some of the people that God has chosen to gather together to begin this new movement that we're trying to get started and get up on its feet stronger and better than anything that people have seen in the past. And I honestly believe that that's what it's going to wind up being. I mean, somebody was saying earlier, that this movement's going to grow, and it's going to grow quickly. And I honestly believe that as well, because the more and more this country falls into the demise that it's in right now, and the deeper that we go in the demise, people are going to start being like, hey, wait a minute, something's wrong with this picture. And a lot of times when people start realizing when things are wrong, it's too late. So we hope that people wake up sooner. We pray about that. We talk about that. And that's why we're out there trying to educate and handing out flyers and trying to get people to understand, that this isn't the People's Convoy. This is a movement. And we do have convoys, but it's not a convoy. We do have convoys. But this is a movement. This is a lot of people trying to get together and trying to make things happen. And will there be a moment when something more rebellious has to transpire? We don't know. It's all in God's hands. God's going to give us the information, the wisdom, the knowledge to do the things that we need to be doing on his timetable. We cannot take this upon ourselves and try to put it on our own timetable, like trying to run down to DC right now and try to take care of things. If that's not what God wants, God will impress that upon us and hold us back from doing that. And that's my honest opinion about how God works, because I see him work in my life all the time. People tell me, my cousin told me the other day, yeah, but God this, God that. I said, what? God doesn't speak to you? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because she's a dim, but she's a dim of old. She does believe in abortion, which I do not. I believe women have the right to make their own choices, but they need to make their own choices morally correct, not immorally. Not immorally. So yeah, sorry for the little rant, but okay. I got started on something there. I hope that made sense to the people that are watching, and thank you all for being here, guys. I'm just sitting here talking into the phone, showing people moving around, things happening over there at the kitchen and at our circle here in front of the stage. That'll be our stage tomorrow for the rally. I told you guys, let's see, what did I do with the rally papers? I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to show you the rally flyer, the ones that we're going to be handing out today, or they will be handing out today. I don't know where I'm going to go today yet. If I do go to DC, I'm going to take a few more flyers with me. 1776 Restoration Movement. Come join us and help take a stand. June 5th from 3 to 8 p.m. The address is 12828 Winchester Avenue, Bunker Hill, West Virginia, 25413. Guest speakers for tomorrow: David Rydell, aka Santa; Paul Espinoza, West Virginia delegate; Big D, Dennis, the fire truck driver; Victoria Curley La Roca, yeah, that's La Roca, and much more. And yeah, it's got our link tree address on here, as well as our .com address here. We the people. And yes, I do use the two different terms, and I do say it two different ways: address and address. Yes, I do. So that's the top of the flyer. Come join us, help take a stand. And of course it says food and drinks will be provided, family friendly music. Yeah, we're having music. Apparently Jill, I don't know who all heard, Jill Jones off of Buffalo Man 11's live stream she owns a she owns an independent Subway shop here in the local area, She has agreed to donate, or she is going to donate 100 12-inch subs this evening for dinner for us. Her choice, her decision. She wants to do it. She asked how she could help, if that would work, and everybody told her yes. So that's what she's going to do for us tonight. And she is local here to the Bunker Hill. I don't know exactly where she's at. Maybe I should try to find that information for you guys, for anybody that might be interested. But yeah, so that's what our flyer looks like. I'm trying to, my arms are only so long, and I don't want to get the phone too close to me because then it sounds like I'm shouting in the screen. So yeah, but that's our flyer. And of course we have the trifold that I've shown you guys on a couple of different occasions as well. It shows our goal, which our goal to restore our constitutional republic, to the restoration of a moral society. How many of you guys believe in that? I know I do, because this country is so immoral today. It's unreal. It's disgusting in my feelings. And that's what Santa said. It's hard to drain the swamp when the alligators are making the rules. And then it goes on with this nonpartisan statement, talking about how we're neither red nor blue. We are actually red, white, and blue, as in United States American citizens. And the First Amendment Bill of Rights speaks on that, and then it shows our mission statement, which I'll read our mission statement. The 1776 Restoration Movement stands united to peacefully address our grievances and demand that our government restore the rule of law and our constitutional rights. The fear of government becoming too powerful worried the founders of this great nation. They had the foresight to include amendments to the United States Constitution that guarantee people's rights and provide surety that no future U.S. politicians or president can ever disregard or take away. So those rights were God-given, and they'll never be able to be taken away, in my opinion, either. We the people have forgotten the real power we the people possess. And that's why we're trying to get people to come down here and support us and help us in any way. Particularly, we need bodies now. We're getting plenty of donations as far as supporting us through donations. Not saying that we have enough donations, but we're definitely have plenty to continue for now. And what we need now is we need to start adding bodies to the movement so that we can start doing bigger things. Because if you think about it, when the People's Convoy started out, I don't know how many vehicles it was. I don't know how large it grew to in all its glory. I do know that it was extensively large, because I know when we went around the Beltway the first time on that Sunday, March 6th, when we went around the Beltway that day, I know that the convoy was 65 miles long, or right thereabouts, because as the tail of the convoy was finally getting on to 495, the front of the convoy was already coming around the Beltway right there where everybody was getting on. So we kind of ran into each other there at the end and or beginning of the convoy. The beginning caught the end, we'll say that. And the Beltway, the loop 495 going around DC, is approximately 65 to 68 miles long. Or should I say 65 or 66 miles long. Hey, Trey Dixon, good morning. They want everybody to be scared. That's exactly what they're still trying to do. Is they're still trying to fearmonger society. The worst part about it, society is, right now is such a sucker that they're falling for it, in my opinion. Always remember when I'm speaking, it's always going to be in my opinion. You'll hear me say that repeatedly because I know I've been saying it repeatedly. But I feel like I have to sometimes because some people don't agree with my thinking, and that's fine. But that's why I always say in my opinion. Oh, and anybody that sends me comments on the, I've been meaning to say this for a minute. Anybody that sends me comments on my channel, on my YouTube content, what I do answer, I usually answer, I pretty much answer just about everybody. And the reason why I say just about everybody is because I have haters on there as well. And I usually won't answer them. I usually give them a thumbs up, though, for coming in and adding a comment. I think I've only deleted a comment so far that's been posted. The other ones are still there anywhere, everywhere in my YouTube videos. Y'all can find there's comments in just about every video I put out, and I always answer them. You can see some of the things that I say, some of the things that I talk about. It all coincides with the things that sometimes I answer these haters with. I say haters because that's all they can do is hate. If they loved anything, they would give love a chance. They would give this a chance. But yet they just want to hate, talk bad about it, and act like as if they're better than us. And I don't think that fits the bill. That's what I had, an L5S1 in my back. I was a CNA. Oh my goodness. Yeah, L5S1. Well, I have from T11 down to L5S1, I have one good disc, and it's the T12 L1 disc, and that's the only good disc I have out of the 9, I think is what I count. And I have what they call the degenerative disc disease, and my discs are slowly deteriorating. But God's got me, and God's got me. I'm not concerned about having those issues. I know that God's going to take care of me. And no matter how long He wants me to live, He's going to take care of me. They were not trying to save us from COVID. They were trying to get rid of us. That's exactly right. That's my opinion as well. And I'm glad that you said that, Osiris. That way I didn't have to. But I can agree. That is my right. Question I was wondering, I don't see the children are here, the children anymore from the bus or dinner bell or any of them anymore. They're all around or not. There are any still kids around. Alien, I think that you missed the few times that we've spoken on it. Red Mama went on a Together Convoy mission down to Southern Virginia, meaning Bristol, which for those that don't know, you always hear of Bristol, Tennessee. Well, there is a Bristol, Virginia. The city is basically cut in half. Half of it's in Virginia, half of it's in Tennessee. At least that's the way I see it. I might be corrected on that by somebody, but that's the way I've always perceived it. Anyway, so they went down to Bristol, Bristol, Virginia, and they were going down there to meet some people that wanted to get with them, and they want to be part of this convoy, this movement, and they want to come up here. And Crystal, Red Mama, had spoken on doing a gathering of people down in or over in West Virginia. And so her and the bus got together and decided that they were going to drive down to Southern Virginia to bring people back, coming back through West Virginia, through the heart of West Virginia. They're supposed to be back today. I'm to hear they have several people with them. I do not know. Like I said, I haven't been keeping up with that. I haven't really heard much information on it either. But she's supposed to be back today from what I'm to understand. And she's got people with her. And that's where all the children are at, and that's where the school bus is at. The school bus and her. She said her little red car wasn't going to be enough to make people realize that a school bus was driving around. So she wanted the school bus to go with her, and they agreed, and everybody went. And now they're on their way back. To hear they've had a pretty good voyage journey so far. So yeah, they will be back, but that's where all the kids are. So you are correct. You have not seen children. Hey, good morning, 1791 Stormtrooper. I take many supplements like D, C, 12, turmeric. Also, magnesium is good at night. Helps sleep a little better. Magnesium helps you sleep better. So then if I took a drink of, what's that crap called? Is it kaopectate? Isn't that what's supposed to have magnesium in it? So if I drank kaopectate every night, I would sleep better? I'm asking, for real, I'm asking the question, Frank. Or that's not, maybe it's not kaopectate. There's something else. I just can't think of the name of it, but there is something else. Anyway, so that would mean that I would sleep better, or I guess you could find just a supplement with magnesium in it. Well, I know that I used to, I was involved with Amway for a while, quite a few years ago, and I use their supplements all the time. The Double X vitamins. I used their supplements for a long time, and they worked very well. And the combination was the B6, B12. If you took some before you went to bed, you had a good night's rest, and then when you took some when you woke up, you had a good energetic day. And it worked. It really actually worked. I was very impressed with those vitamins. I did notice a difference in my body. And I used to take some coenzyme. And I used to take coenzyme, or what was it, Q10 plus or something like that. Anyway, yeah. Every time you get any kind of medicine in your body, you're lowering your immune system. That is part of the pandemic. I believe that, Jeannie. That's why I don't take medicines. Guys, really, I don't. I've got some muscle relaxers, Flexeril. Well, cyclobenzaprine is what I have, which is the generic for Flexeril. And I have the 800 milligram horse pills, ibuprofen. And I have just a couple of pain pills left over that I keep on standby in case I need them, because I do hurt myself every once in a while, and especially my back, because the back is almost an intolerable pain. Anybody that's had a back injury understands that comment, and so I feel for Santa knowing that he's having back issues right now, because I know all too well about those back issues. Hey, Lord Fisher, thank you for being here. They went on a mission. We'll be back tomorrow. Are they coming back tomorrow? I thought Red Mama was on here yesterday on my live and said they were going to be back today. But yeah, we miss seeing the kids run around in the camp. AJ with the dinner bell. Yeah, we miss all that. So it would be cool to have them back. It's funny how you don't realize something that's happening daily until it's gone. And then when it's gone, it's all of a sudden you realize that, wow, that was pretty cool that it was happening all the time. And now all of a sudden it's not. Sorry to hear you had neck issues. Hope all better now on it. I'm doing fine. It's scary to me because I almost feel like I'm going to have another neck surgery eventually. The good thing is I have insurance today, so yeah. But when I was off of work and knowing that I wasn't going to have any income, and I didn't file for unemployment. Well, I did, but they gave me the runaround on that, so I just gave up on it and said, you know what, keep your money, state. I don't want it. I don't want anything Virginia had to give me. Virginia owes me too much that they couldn't afford to pay, in my opinion. Yes, I do believe they will be back today. 65 almost and refuse to take meds the doctors want me to. BP, heart, Lipitor, etc. I am fine. God will take me when He wants to. That is very true, Lucky Melinda. That's the way I feel about it. I have no fear of dying. We'll just put it that way. Because when it's my time, there's nothing anybody's going to be able to do to stop it, in my opinion. Like I said, it's all written. It's already written. The book's already written. My history has already played out as far as the book is concerned. So we'll just, when God's ready for me, He'll take me. That's the way I feel about it. They want us weak. They most certainly do, Jeannie. They want us all weak and fearful. And I'm not going to be fearful. I have my own ways of protecting myself. And like I said, I'm not worried about dying. I will die on this battlefield if necessary, if that's God's plan. You do what you got to do there, Vicky. You do what you have to do. But yeah, for those of you that, are far away or can't possibly make it here due to gas prices, God only knows. That's definitely a deterrent right there. But for those of you that can't come this far, be involved in your local area, whether it be in your school board, which would probably be the very, very best thing that anybody can do right now is get involved in the local school board. and oust the people that are trying to indoctrinate our children. Believe it or not, like I said, all of this has transpired over time where they've got us to today. And the elected officials that are now running a majority of the offices, especially in blue cities, they've been setting this up for many a year, and have managed, a lot of the blue cities have managed to get rid of the majority, if not all of the Republicans in their local precincts. And it's taken time. And that's why I tell you, it's going to take time to dissolve that, to dismember it, to take it back apart. Because these people have been working at this for years and years and years, and people don't realize it. Those of us that got complacent and lazy in our lives, me being included, we didn't, I probably should have gone and done something with the school board in the city where my children went to school, the town that my children went to school in. I never did because I was always too busy trying to pay for everything that I had going on. 4 kids, a wife, and myself, that's 6 people, six mouths I'm having to feed, clothe, put a roof over. I didn't have time to get involved in the local school boards and stuff like that. Or let me rephrase, I didn't make the time to be involved in those kinds of things. And, I kind of feel like, and I'm not trying to put this off on anybody or say that somebody else should have been doing it. But a lot of us that have those situations where, like myself, trying to feed a family of 6 and keep them clothed and fed, it took a lot of my time in the business that I'm in, which is the HVAC industry. And I feel like, the other parent probably should think about being in the position to go and confront their school boards and maybe even try to get a position in the school board, but definitely go and question them and make sure that they're not teaching the children immorality and this teaching kids, 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds, and even 15-year-olds about LGBTQ and transgenderism and hormone blockers and crap like that just is not a moral society. That is the total opposite. Thinking about it, I mean, how would any of you people felt had they been trying to teach you about? I mean, I remember they were just beginning to implement sex education in the schools, and my parents didn't allow us to attend those classes. I know that for a fact because I never attended those classes. When did I learn about those things? Probably about 12, 13 years of age. And that was mostly hearsay from children in school, my friends in school. But we won't go into all the other stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's the way I feel about that. I believe I've had natural immunity for COVID since I had it already, because several times my family members had it, and I was around them all the time, and yet I did not get it again. So did it make you ill, Joe? That's a question that I would like to know. Because I know a lot of people that say that they've had it and they really were never sick. Some say that they got it sick like maybe just a mild flu. Some of them say that they got like a severe cold. Others say that they got like a severe flu. It makes me want to believe that either the virus itself already had different mutations of its own, and that's why one person got a mild cold, and that's why the other person got a rougher cold, a harder cold, however you want to look at it, and that's why some got a mild flu and others got a heavy bad flu from the virus. Went off all 15 minutes 3 years ago, and I'm sitting here with 2 hernias going into organs, and I refuse to go to the hospital. I don't trust hospitals and doctors and shots. God has me. You hang in there, Gene Heflin, and I'll be praying for you. And anybody in here that would wish to pray for Jean, please do. Y'all can see here what she's done. He's done. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's male or female, but yeah, say a prayer for. Just like I said, just like they're stating here, God has me. That's the way I feel about it. God's got my back no matter what. And I don't know that I don't know when the time will come. Only God knows that, and I'm just waiting for it. You know, so every day I wake up to me is definitely a gift. It's a present. And I was talking about, I got off track again. I'll think of it in a minute. It's going towards the 20s, the Big Depression. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to get, it's in my opinion, I've been saying it for a while now. It's only going to get worse before it gets better, because this is going to take time, guys. This is a long-term battle. This won't be anything that will happen overnight. The only way that this will happen overnight is if the military came in and arrested the government. It's that plain and simple. That's the only way this will happen overnight. Somebody said, I like your shirt, because I haven't changed my shirt today. I'm still wearing my Truck 2020 shirt. Somebody said, you should change that 0 to a 4. And I was like, yeah, no kidding, right? I said, but personally, I'd like to see that 0 change to a 2. And I said, the year isn't over yet. We still have half a year to go. So, yeah, that's the way I see it. I followed Dr. Zelensko protocol since day one. I take zinc, vitamin C, D3, and Kristen daily. No vax, no tests, no colds, etc. And I'm diabetic. Well, for everybody that is worried and or concerned about the comorbidity thing, that would be a good regimen to adhere to, in my opinion, and more for safety precautions than anything else. Not meaning that you would get sick, that you would contract or anything like that, but it would definitely be a good protocol to adhere to, just for surety, to ensure better than anything. Because if you haven't been ill to this point, I mean, it's kind of obvious that you probably won't be ill here thereafter. But this monkey poo thing they're coming up with, just something else to fearmonger about. They're just trying to take away from the fact that Sussman got released, but boy, did he open up a book of worms, or a can of worms, with this whole, what was it, fusion GPS or something like that? The whole Russia hoax, Trump Russia hoax. I believe that everyone born has a mission on Earth. We all do. We all play a role somewhere in the book, the film, whatever you want to call it. I call it a book. I feel like God wrote this book. Well, that's the way it's stated in the Bible. And everybody has a role somewhere along the line, whether it be to impress another individual or whether it be to be a murderer of another individual. And sad to say, but I mean, that's just reality, in my opinion. Absolutely right, Osiris. This movement is ordained by God to fight the real war, the spiritual war between evil and the light. That's the way I feel about it too, Trey. Thank you for being here. And yes, I know it's probably, oh my bad, I don't remember your name, ma'am. But anyway, you know that I know that you're here. And thank you for being here. Wow, everybody's talking Babylon. Who can hear above the noise? Holy Spirit is powerful. Silence, holy, holy. Blessed Sabbath gods will be done. Godspeed. Thank you, Gracie Westfall. 1000%. God is good, and God is in control. Whether we believe it or not, God is in control. A lot of this stuff, you know, is the way I read it and the way I hear it is, you know, a lot of this stuff had to happen in order for us to get where we are today, which is still not far enough for where we need to be. But that need comes tomorrow or the next day or here in the near future, in my opinion. We all need to get out and vote in person in the primary and the general election. I believe that, Vicky Vale. I still think that they'll find a way to try to divert the election process because that's what they do and they're good at it. Remember, Joe even admitted they've created the most extensive voter fraud organization in the world. In the world, guys. the best voter fraud organization, the best in the world. But yeah, no, the 2020 election was a totally perfect election this past 2 years ago. God has got you all in his hands. I plead the blood of Jesus over each of you and over the movement. If I could be there, I would be in a heartbeat. I'm a prayer warrior. I pray a lot. Well, Brandy Woodcock, that's all we can ask. That's the best thing that you can do for us if you can't be here, is be very adamant with the prayer as a prayer warrior, and continue to pray over us, about us, and to us. And I believe, God does hear prayer, in my opinion. He's proven that to me on a couple of different occasions, a few different occasions, a lot of occasions actually. And I always try to keep it minimal, but I do recognize whenever he answers prayer as well. And that's the least that we can ask of anybody that is out here in the virtual world, is pray for us, pray over us, pray that we'll be safe, and that God does actually have this in his hands to give us the guidance and wisdom to do what we need to be doing in this movement that we're putting together right now. His and her husband or boyfriend belong to a band, and they're going to play tonight as well. That was something I was going to say, Lisa. Yes, Jill Jones's husband does have a group, a band of sorts. I don't know what they sing. I don't know what kind of music. My assumption would be country and western due to the area that I live in, or the area that we're at. I would assume country and western. I guess that's what y'all still call it nowadays. I don't even know. But yeah, they're supposed to come and perform live for us tonight, which that's kind of a treat in and of itself. And it's going to be free to us. They're not expecting any payment. They stand behind us in the movement 100%. And like I was saying, there's different ways to support this movement. And that's Jill and her husband's way of doing it. So thanks to them. Thanks to Buffalo Man. And everybody say thanks to Julie. Julie did us en español le decimos un paro. Julie nos hizo un paro la otra noche cuando compró todas las pizzas para nosotros. So yeah, we'll say that Julie did us a great big favor by purchasing the pizzas the other night that we had for dinner. It was a day that somebody had mentioned in my comments because they had gone to the salt caves. I don't know what that's about. I'm assuming it's some kind of a spa type retreat. Anyway, some time was donated to the movement for the ladies to come down to the salt caves and do whatever it is they did. And the ladies went down there, and somebody had mentioned in my comment, well, seeing as how they've been out doing that throughout today, while others were out handing out flyers, while they were over there doing that, maybe we could show them a little bit more love and a little bit more gratitude, and give them the rest of the night off, not asking them or necessarily stating, not forcing them to cook for us that night because it was very hot. And I agreed with the comment immediately, and I had $100 in my pocket, and I immediately gave it up so that we could go ahead and try to get a fund real quick, to get a fund together real quick to purchase pizza for everybody so that the ladies were not going to be cooking that night. Give them a little bit more time off. And Julie came in and she says, I'll pick up the tab. And I was like, no, that's okay. We've already got it taken care of. And we arrived there and we were ordering pizza. We were just starting our order, and the phone rang, and it was Julie calling the place, Taste Buds, and telling them I've got their tab. And the young girl, she was on live stream. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the young lady that was standing there, she was like, somebody's calling right now and saying that they've got your tab. And it was Julie that comes in my live stream on a regular basis now. She had picked up our tab that evening. I don't want to disclose the amount, but it was, we'll just say it was a couple of $100. And yeah, but she did us that favor. and we greatly appreciate it, Julie. That was definitely cool, and it was even more cool that Julie was coming off of my stream doing it. And I was glad that I was able to live stream that day while I was here that evening, because I actually got to drive the yellow fire truck. It was only, I ended up driving maybe 2 miles, but I got to drive a fire truck, guys. How awesome is that? I've driven a lot of things in my lifetime. I've driven tractor trailers, I've driven deuce and a halves in the military, I drove tanks, jeeps in the military, I've driven all kinds of large trucks, similar to that. That's a pretty Ford right there. Similar to that, you know, large 1 tons, 2 tons. And but I'd never driven a fire truck ever in my life, and who would ever thought I'd ever get an opportunity to drive a fire truck? And Dee gave me the opportunity the other night, and I drove the fire truck down to the pizza shop and picked up the pizzas. They came along. Dee was there, Hippie Mama and I. We were the 3 that went to pick up the pizza that evening. We have to remember there's a spiritual battle. Jesus defeated Satan. Jesus has the final word in all of this awesomeness. That is very, very true. You know, a lot of people, you know, they're talking about how we're always sitting in the parking lot, quote unquote, instead of out there trying to do something. Though we have people that go out. One particular lady yesterday, just here in our parking lot, visitors that came by to ask what we were doing, gave out 77 flyers from the information booth. And our information booth is right there on the other side of that red pickup and that little red, on that other red pickup. The red pickup and the red 1 ton right there is the information tent. You can barely see it right over the top of the truck right there. But she gave out 77 flyers sitting here in the parking lot yesterday. So yeah, we're just sitting in the parking lot doing nothing, but yet 77 flyers went out. And I think they gave out hundreds of flyers. They went to Winchester, Berryville, Charlestown, and Martinsburg, and then back to here. And they gave out tons and tons of flyers. There was probably like 20 people that were involved giving out flyers yesterday. And they've been doing this on the regular. And it's to educate and inform people of what it is that the movement is trying to do here, and trying to encourage the people to come out and join us in this fight, in this battle, because this is going to be a long, drawn-out battle, guys. They are not going to go down that easily. And that's why I keep saying, you know, you guys expect things to happen overnight. It's not going to happen. Sorry to hear about your spine. I hope all is okay and stay strong. Oh, so I was talking about that earlier. Well, when I was unemployed and I was staying at the house all the time and basically lounging around, don't want to say laying around because I did that as well, but, you know, it just sounds a little bit lazier than lounging, in my opinion. Anyway, while I was lounging around the house, I started getting to where I couldn't raise my left arm. It was very painful in the shoulder area here, you know, where we're connected. And I couldn't raise my arm above my head. I could only get it to about right here, and it would hurt. And as you can see, I can now raise it up. And that's since I've been out of the house involved with this group, that has come back to full movement. I can raise my hand all the way over my head. There for a while I couldn't. I was having neck pains, and you know, that's when I started thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to have another surgery. But the doctor told me the only bad discs that I had at the time were those 4, and that was when he went in for the first 2 because he hadn't recognized the second 2. They were so concerned about the first 2. And just so that y'all know, it was my C3, 4, 4, 5 discs that were bad. It was an abnormal curvature in my spine there. And basically that region of the neck is where the involuntary sense of breathing comes from. And they said had that ruptured the sac around the medulla in that area, that I would have not been able to breathe anymore, because that's where our involuntary breathing comes from. I would not be able to breathe anymore, and I would have died instantly had that had something happen to me during that time. It became an emergency surgery at the time that I was seeing the doctor, because I started missing a lot of work. And when I went in to go see the doctor, he got I saw him on a Thursday. He got my results from Winchester Medical Center, which is right down the road here, because this is where this all began, was in Virginia. So when he got my information from here in Winchester down in Houston, Texas, and he saw what was going on, they called me immediately for an immediate consultation because I was speaking with the surgeon already. He called me in for an immediate consultation. When I went in, he told me I had two options, either the 20th or the 30th, and this was on the 16th of December. He said the 20th or the 30th, and I said, two options for what? He says, you need surgery now. And I said, well, let's do it the 20th. He said, are you sure that's before Christmas? And I said, well, I'm here in the area by myself, so I'm not concerned about Christmas. I'll just be recovering sooner so that I can get back to work over the Christmas break kind of, season. And so he said, okay, I'll schedule it. So we scheduled it for December 20th. He goes in. He had told me it was going to be approximately a 30 to 40 minute process, 35 minute process to go in there and do the things that he needed to do, remove the old disc, put the pig bone in to separate the disc, and then screw it all in place. He told me that it was going to be approximately 30 to 40 minute process. I wound up being there almost 2 hours in surgery from what he tells me. Of course, I was totally out. I don't know anything about it. But he said that a lot of times, we were talking about the way the moon looked last night, fingernail clipping. He said normally he pulls out fingernail clippings out of people's necks whenever he goes in there and cleans the process, because there's a lot of calcium buildup, and those are usually what the quote-unquote fingernail pieces look like. And he pulls those out. He says, but not just fingernail clippings that I have in my neck. I had actual, like the full-size fingernail in my neck, and it took him an hour and 15 minutes to clean everything out and to put everything back together, screw it all back in, because they say they go in from the front, they can't go in the back from the back side due to the spine being there. So they go in from the front and they totally remove, this is what I'm told, I don't know this, but when they open up your neck, they totally remove the esophagus from inside the throat to clear the way so that they can get back there to the vertebrae in the disc and do the process that they need to do. I know the next morning I was practically choking when I woke up. Well, it was the middle of the night. I remember I was kind of crying because they had the neck brace on me, and I remember waking up in the middle of the night feeling like I was choking to death. I couldn't breathe, and they took the neck support off for a moment, but they wouldn't allow me to move. So yeah, it was quite a thing. It took me 3 weeks to recover, and like I said, I have all the I have the X-ray of the whole process, all 4 discs being removed. I have an X-ray of my neck with all the screws and everything's steel plates, titanium plates that are in there. But the next morning when I had awakened, mind you, I had been suffering with a back injury from '99, and this is 2010. So for 11 years, I was suffering with a back injury. And the next morning when I had awakened and sat up in bed, I had noticed that the back pain was gone. And shortly thereafter, my doctor came in and he explained to me what he had done. And he pointed to the sky, or to the roof because we were in the building, but he pointed to the sky and he says, somebody was watching out for you, but I can't say who. And he says, I just want you to know that because the process normally takes 30 to 40 minutes. I was in your neck for almost an hour and a half, taking everything out, cleaning it up, and putting it all back together. He says, so somebody was definitely watching out for you because you should have died. And if you guys know some of the back history to that, I can go back into that and tell y'all some of what happened there. But these are the signs that I have seen God put in front of me, and where he's taking care of me and he's watching out for me at all times. And I honestly feel that. I honestly believe it. I pray about it all the time. I know I mention it quite frequently. I've never really hardly said much about those things. My family are the only people that know, basically, the stories that I could tell you guys about this whole process of my neck. But yeah, so when I woke up, all the pain in my back was completely gone. And I asked the doctor, I said, just exactly what did you do? Because all my back pain is gone. He says, no, you're probably still feeling the drugs from overnight because we had to drug you out pretty good because you were hurting and then you panicked for a while you were asleep. And we had to give you some stronger medication. So you're probably just experiencing the effects of the medication. That's why you're not feeling the pain. I said, no, Doc, you don't understand. Even under medication, I was always in pain. And I recognize right now all that pain is completely gone. And he was like, the two don't correlate. There's no way that had anything to do with it. And I was like, Doc, you don't understand. I know the pain is gone. And the pain has been gone since 2010. So I suffered 11 years with it, and now for 12 years I have not been suffering with that back pain anymore. Like I said, I injured my back 23 years ago. It was February 1999. And yes, I do know the dates because those were very prominent things that occurred in my life. Dramatic even, if you will. But yeah, so there was a couple of instances where things should have hit me on the head and all kinds of things. But yeah, so they wound up doing an emergency surgery on me that time, and it cost me $50 copay through my insurance because they declared it an emergency. So it's a $50 copay. Well, 5 years later, I have to have another surgery because when he went in the first time, he noticed the other two discs were not abnormally curved, but they were just as bad as far as the deterioration was concerned. And he said, eventually I'm going to have to go back in there and correct those. And sure enough, 5 years later, I experienced what he said most people in my position experience with the pains and the mobilities and stuff like that, which one of them is not being able to raise your arm above pretty much shoulder height. And I was there. I couldn't even push doors open. You know, the push doors, I couldn't even push them open with my arms. I had to back into them with my back in order to open them because I couldn't push my arms forward. I couldn't drive my truck normally. I drove, but I couldn't drive normally. I think if I had gotten in a bad situation, I wouldn't have been able to react towards it in a defensive driving manner because I couldn't spin the steering wheel with my hand. Like say you palm it at the bottom and you spin 180 or 360 degrees. I couldn't do that. I was having to roll through the steering wheel through my fingertips because I couldn't raise my arms. It was that bad. Couldn't turn doorknobs. I had a heck of a time during that process. So in 2015, I went through another neck surgery. The second one wasn't quite as bad as the first one, though the recovery time was the same. And both times I recovered within 3 weeks and back to work within 3 weeks. So yeah, that was a blessing from God because a lot of people, they say it takes anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months to recover from the type of surgeries that I had. So yeah, that's, in my opinion, another blessing that God gave me by not holding me down for 6 months and allowing me to go back to work in 3 weeks. Half the time that the average person would, or half the time that the fastest person would. Had a motorcycle accident when I was young, 15. So yeah, yes, Lisa, I thought it was you. I couldn't remember your name though, my bad. But thank you for being here, and I assumed it was you. Morning all, just mowed before the heat gets up. Freedom. Freedom! Arthur Martell, good morning. Thank you for being here. In my opinion, Lisa Ellerman, I feel like I'm covered by God. And there's a lot of stories in there that I didn't tell. Eventually, I'm sure the wholeness of the story might come to fruition on my life. I know a lot of people have told me in the past, or let me rephrase. A person told me in the past, do you ever get tired of talking? And the answer to the question is absolutely no. And especially on here. And you guys are, you know, the comments have been being made, particularly by Santa, mostly, that we need more speakers. And in my opinion, I think that God's getting me ready for that. And I don't want to say that out loud because then I'm going to be held accountable sooner than what I'm ready for. And I don't mean that in a bad way. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, guys, by any means. I just know that God does these things to me. And just like putting me here in this live stream right now, I'm telling you guys, this is not, yeah, this isn't the normal me. Man, I love that Ford truck. I am not a Ford fan by any means, guys, just so y'all know. But I like the old vehicles of Ford, especially as time has progressed. One of the things I've always wanted to do, as a matter of fact, one of my favorite cars is a 65 Mustang ragtop. And I always wanted to put a 327 GM motor in one and build it like that. I like race cars, yes. I've had a few. I built the motor one time, and yeah, I had fun with that. Unfortunately, I didn't get to keep the motor. But I did drive the motor one time, and it was pretty tough. It was pushing 425 horses on a 327, so they say anytime that you get the torque above the CID of an engine, you get more torque out of it. So it was a pretty torquey motor. I appreciate all you guys for being here. Thank you all. I am at West Oak Farm Market. Come join me, meet your congressman, 10:30 to noon today. What time is it? 11? West Oak Farm Market. Worst part about it is I'm on my phone and I don't have maps. I never checked to see if my other phone was in here, and I'm not digging through my console. My console's full, and it's huge. It holds so much crap, it's unreal. And of course, I've got all the crap in it, full to the hilt. Gloria, 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 West Oak Farm Market. I recognize that name. Is that the one out on 50? Gloria, can you help me out here? Is that the one out on 50? Where is West Oak Farm Market? Can you give me an address? I might know the area if I can get an address for it. But while I'm on the phone, I can't look in my maps. I can go ask somebody to let me look at their phone. My dad was into Amway, bless his heart. Yeah, I did that years ago. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. This is who we are dealing with. God is so good. God is exposing the lies and secrets. Very true, Brandy Woodcock. Thank you for saying that. I definitely have no fear of dying. God is great. Very true. We can't be fearful of dying. I'm willing to stand on this hill, I'll tell you that. I'm willing to give my life with what we got going on right here, right now. I am willing, guys. You guys don't understand. Because I know that this is for the benefit of my grandchildren. My children, grandchildren, and their children to be. You know, this is for the freedom of our future generations. This doesn't have so much to do with me and my generation, other than the fact that I think that me and my generation are the ones that have been chosen to take up the fight, so that those that go on won't have to. Lots of patriots need medical attention but scared of the hospitals. Very true, Lloyd Fisher, and we have good reason to be, in my opinion. I'm not afraid of a hospital. I know all in all, God's going to have my back no matter what. So if I have to go to a hospital, it's going to be because God has made that happen for me, in my opinion. And I know that He'll take care of me there. And if it's my time to go in the hospital, well, so be it. It's God's plan, not mine. Remember, guys, we are living by His hand. He gives us the opportunity to continue to carry this fight and continue to carry His word and to be His, to put it simple enough, to be His warriors. And I feel like we're covered by, what was it, the story in the Bible about being surrounded by heaven's angels. I feel like He's got us protected. You know, we really haven't had any incidences here, and we've been here for 2 weeks now. Mylanta, that was the word I was looking for. That was the one, Janie. Thank you for bringing that up. Late in the stream, at least where I'm reading that anyway. But yeah, that was the one I was looking at, not the kaopectate. It was Mylanta. Because I've always heard they have magnesium. But it's way too much. 200 milligrams is plenty. Okay, I'll have to remember that if I choose to get some. I don't mind taking vitamin supplements, but I also don't think that vitamin supplements are all that. I've never experienced the changes of my body like I did with the brand that Amway carries, or the brand that Amway makes, which is, I know that the particular multivitamin was a double X vitamin, and I've taken those for many years. I don't take them right now because I was broke, but and I haven't communicated with anybody where I can purchase them again. But yeah, so I haven't been taking. Oh, the last time I got some, they came from, it was right before the pandemic too, go figure. But the last time I had the vitamin was the double X. They came from somewhere overseas, one of the Asian countries, somebody that hoarded a bunch of them and was selling them online, and sent them to me from overseas to my son's address where I still was when this pandemic began. And they arrived, and we realized they came from an Asian nation, and we were like, should we open them? Should we even be touching them? And I did, and took them, of course. It didn't matter to me. And of course, didn't get sick. Thank God my daughter is an adult now, because I'd yank her out of public, aka government schools today. I know, for real, Lisa, I mean, shoot. If my kids were still in school right now, the school would be hating me. Because I wasn't always there, but I always came in and always asked them what kind of curriculum they taught. Asked them about, books to read for the year as they got older. And the one year that I remember was whenever the Harry Potter book came out. And the teacher told me it was mandatory reading. And I said, no, it's not. It is definitely not mandatory for my children. She says, no, sir, it's part of the curriculum and it's mandatory reading. I said, my children will not read that book. Did you not understand what I said? So you need to find them a different book to read, one that I approve of. Otherwise, my children will not be participating in that part of the class. I don't care how you look at it, but you're going to satisfy me, not yourself, or not the school system. And they did. My kids never read the book until they got older. Just so you guys know. But I did. I would definitely be fighting for my kids. Good morning again. But yeah, so when your body fights off something, it will want you to sleep. Give it to the sleep. You got that right, Jeannie. I know that I have, when I do get caught with a cold or something, usually sleep manages to make me feel a whole lot better, to where I'm just as ready to do the things that I need to be doing as if I were not sick, is whenever I do get some good rest. Managed healthcare is managed, set up, decline, ask for your healing from the divine healer. Leviticus, it is written, detox apple cider vinegar every day, believe your God can heal. Shabbat Shalom. I do have, so that you guys know, I don't drink it on the regular, but I do have some apple cider vinegar at home, and I do take swigs out of the bottle every once in a while. It's my bottle, I'm the only one at home, so I do take swigs directly out of the bottle. I don't bother to pour it into anything. And I do, when I feel like it, I've got like 2 or 3 bottles in my cabinet, and for real, large bottles. I think they're like 2 quarts. Are they 2 quarts? Maybe 1 quart, or maybe 1.5 quarts. But I have 2 large bottles of apple cider vinegar in my cabinets, 2 or 3. And I swig on that every once in a while. When I see it, I'll swig it. My husband had it when it first started, refused to go to the hospital. I about lost him. They called it respiratory infection pneumonia before they had a name. I had half of what he had with a lot of mucus. Wow, well, thank God he did not pass on that. And I'm glad that it was not as tough for you to deal with. And one of the things I hate the most is mucus. I deal with that a lot. I don't know what it is that affects me a lot, but I get a lot of allergies, or I get allergic reaction to something in the air, and it creates a lot of mucus, and yeah, that's kind of disgusting to me. I'm actually reversing my diabetes since COVID. I've lost 87 pounds, dropped my A1C from 11 to 5, and taking off insulin and most of my prescriptions with my ass up. Hey Lisa, just putting it out there, and for anybody else that might be listening right now, for those of you, see what I mean? Excuse me. For those of you that don't know, when I read the Atkins diet book, I can't remember the name of the author, my bad. It was the doctor. Dr. Atkins? No. Anyway, maybe. Anyway, when I read that book, so that you guys know, and I don't know because I'll tell you that in a minute too. But when I read the Atkins diet book, within that book, within the pages that I read, over 400 and something pages that it is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 487 or something like that. But it spoke about people that got on the Atkins diet within the first 2 weeks. They pretty much didn't have to worry about their insulin deficiencies or their diabetes. A lot of the ailments that people were experiencing or have in their lives had dissipated to the point of non-extinction within their body. Diabetes being one, of course, being overweight, unhealthy was being second one, of course. But there were several things, comorbidities, I'll say, that were relaxed in the people that had performed with the Atkins diet. How true that is, I do not know, but he spoke on it as if it were reality factual because it's already happened, and he was part of that experiment or experiencing it, doing the Atkins diet. So yeah, I'm not saying to go try it, I'm not saying to do it, I'm not saying not to. But maybe, just maybe, if any of you have accessibility to like a book online or something like that, and you're interested in it, read about it and learn, or go to the bookstore and pick one up. It's the Atkins diet. I don't remember the author. All I do remember is a blue, it's a blue book, or at least the one that I had is. And so yeah, if you're interested, check it out. But it says that a lot of the comorbidities or a lot of the ailments that people experience on the daily were relieved and or put in complete remission. And I'm only using the word remission, trying to say that it was completely removed from the system. Vicky Bell, the school bus should be to at least Lexington, Virginia. I don't know, Jeannie, I don't know why they would be in Lexington, because they were only supposed to be in Virginia from Bristol to Whiteville. The rest of the time they were supposed to be in West Virginia. Not saying they aren't there, I'm just saying that out loud. So yeah. Yes, thank you, Julie. I've been on Dr. Zelenski's protocol, yes. Okay, I guess, yeah, Linda Hodson is a different one. So here's somebody else talking about Zelenko's protocol for 2 years now. HCQ once a week, vitamin D, C, zinc, and quercetin for 2 years now. I'm 74, never vaccinated, have stayed well. Or maybe I did read yours earlier, my bad. But I don't think you mentioned HCQ. Or are you retyping something that you said earlier? Because I thought I read something very similar to that, unless it's somebody different. Same with me, except I don't take the weekly. I do have and Ivor, if needed. 53 and unjabbed, and good for you guys. For those of you that have taken that injection, one thing I would like to put out there and state, and I don't know this for facts, I'm only going by what people have shared, particularly doctors, and there's a holistic person on my Safe Chat channel that goes by Holistic Man. I believe he changed it. It used to be Jim Holistic, I think. And I think he's changed it to just Holistic Man. I saw him yesterday on my Safe Chat. But he has put out things for people to do that have been injected in order to detoxify the system, the body, to try to remove the harmfulness that may have been injected into you. And guys, I'm not saying that the injection is bad, and I'm not saying that it's good. What I'm saying is that I don't trust it, and I personally would not have no reason to be injected for the simple fact I am a very healthy individual, in my opinion. And again, God's got my back, so I don't think I need false pretenses of being protected, because the jab apparently doesn't protect you. Supposedly prevents you from getting more ill than you actually would, but then again, I think that has even been disproven. So, because I know people that are just flat out dying that have been jabbed, like the 12-year-old kid the other day that, quote unquote, a 12-year-old child had cardiac arrest. How does that happen, guys? When in your lifetime have you heard of a 12-year-old child having a heart attack, cardiac arrest? My uncle never, as a child, had a heart attack. Never. With a bad heart, they called it a hole in the heart, which his daughter, the third child, was born with, and it cost her her life at the age of 2, or just shy of being 2. And but he never had a heart attack as a child. He wasn't expected to live to be the age of 7. Well, his parents were told 2 the first time. He made it past 2. The doctor said 7. He made it past 7. The doctor said 15. He made it past 15. The doctor said 19 to 21. He made it past 19 to 21, and he passed away at the age of 40. And it was the one and only heart attack he ever had while in the hospital. And that cost him his life, or that took his life from us, was that heart attack. And that was right around the same time that the artificial heart came out. I don't know how many times I've told the story. I don't even know if I've told you guys the story. I know I've spoken about it recently. I just don't remember telling you guys. But yeah, so when my uncle passed away, he passed away from the only heart attack he ever had, and it cost him his life. But at the age of 40, not expected to live to be the age of 2. So God definitely, in my opinion, put him in my life to raise me to be the man that I am today. Now, I was 15 whenever he passed. But I still owe and give all respect to my uncle, which was more like my dad in my lifetime. I was raised by him, and yeah, it's kind of difficult for me to speak on sometimes. Vicky Vale, yes, good. That's all she has available to her is the Facebook page, and I don't even know if I have her phone number. I probably do. I could probably text her and ask her questions about what's going on, but I figured you guys could get that information from her on her Facebook page. I don't have Facebook, so I can't get any information over what she's been doing. I just hear things here while I'm at the camp, and yeah. That's what I share and tell you guys what I know. She was in my live chat the other day, though. I don't know if any of y'all caught that. Yes, that's true. My daughter has a plate and screws in her neck from a car accident. Oh, wow. How far behind am I in chat, guys? God is great. You got that right, Vicky. Oh, I think I went backwards in chat. Thank you for yourself, so we may all benefit. Thank you, Joe Valashi. That's very kind. Hey, Autumn Hill. Thank you. Those who are weak think this Kool-Aid will save them. Yeah, Kool-Aid is not going to save anybody. Welcome, Billy. I see there's Billy in here somewhere. We all know what's going on is wrong, and we just have to stand up as best we can. People have to think for themselves again. Very true. Free thinking is a must. And those that choose to be fed, spoon-fed, the fear-mongering, those are the ones that are creating discourse throughout society, in my opinion. Was apopectin on his list? Everyone in the family that had the jab had more health issues than they had before. Most are in the medical field. That's one of the things that happened to my sister-in-law, in my opinion. I don't know how many jabs she received. I do know that she was injected, though. Her pretty much all my family has. I would not. I will not. Wife and I had to see a month ago. Vitamin C and zinc and blackberry brandy. A couple of shots at night. We felt better after a week. No vax. That's good to hear, Arthur Martell. Thank you for that, sharing that. If any on here are prayer warriors, expect a miracle. And expect a miracle. Can you be praying for Santa to get a great deal on a good working PC equipment for no cost or very little cost? Lord, please guide him to the right place. Thank you, Layla. Guys, did y'all hear what I just spoke on? She's asking prayer warriors to please pray on the fact that Santa's looking for some PC equipment, and that he might be led in the right direction to get this, purchase it for no or very little to no cost. It'd be greatly appreciated if you guys could help out on that. Prayer warriors, stand up, please. I'm a strong believer that my vitamin regimen, which is similar to Dr. Zelenko's protocol, and a lot of animal protein has kept me from getting the coof. Hey, Big Smokey, thank you for being here. I was calling it the coof. I don't know if, how many of y'all listen to Liberal Hive Mind. I haven't listened to them in a while because I've been doing my own live streaming. I've missed a lot of videos that I was watching on the regular. But yeah, Liberal Hive Mind, he called it the coof. That's kind of what I did for a long time. The carnivore diet. Yeah, I know. I loved it, Jeannie. My favorite was meat, no matter what it was, and cucumbers and pork rinds. I was buying, they were very expensive, and they were very expensive at Walmart. And I was buying, this guy's carrying a tub in the back of his truck. He's Idaho tags. I don't want to show him, but Idaho tags, he's got a tub in his truck. I don't know who it is. But yeah, Walmart had like the large bag of pork rinds for like $1.25 or $1.50, something like that. And I would buy 10 to 12 packages every time I went to the grocery store. And I got that flavored water that Walmart was carrying at the time, and I would buy 50 of those bottles at a time. They were like 50 cents each. And buy a boatload of cucumbers, because of course you can get the cucumbers there at Walmart as well. And I would buy a boatload of cucumbers, and that was kind of like what I lived on for a long time, was just meat, cucumbers, and flavored water and pork rinds. And I like the hot and spicy pork rinds. In case you guys don't know it, I eat a lot of hot and spicy. A lot of people tell me that that's why. Hey, Vasilos CA, thank you for being here, Vasilos. Autumn Hill, thank you for being here. But yeah, I eat a lot of spicy stuff. A lot of people tell me that that's why mosquitoes don't attack me a lot, because I eat spicy. I don't know that for a fact. I just cut my carbs and fat. Well, see, Lisa, that's where the Atkins diet is kind of opposite of what you're saying here. The Atkins diet works on cutting carbs, but eating as much fat as possible, pretty much. Fat is supposed to be the hero in the Atkins diet. The way I understood it, the way I read it, and the way it worked for me. Like I said, I lost 36 pounds in 33 days. So yeah, but I pretty much cut carbs completely out of my diet. Came to the realization after reading a little bit more in the book, or a little bit rereading things in the book, that I needed to at least administer X amount of carbs for the first week, which is 20 grams worth of carbs. And then up to the 50th day, I think is what it said. Or no, after the first week, 7 days, you can add up to 50 grams of carbs a day. So going from 20 to 50, and then you can continue that cycle, and you would continue to lose weight. Well, I felt like I had lost enough weight whenever I dropped the 36 pounds in a short amount of time. So yeah, I quit doing the diet. I tried to do the diet later on in life because I had gotten a little bit heavy, and but I managed to lose that weight without use of the diet. And I've maintained that weight ever since, pretty much. Like I said, I maintain 170 to 180 in my weight. 64 cuts over to West Virginia off Lexington, Virginia. Yes, I do know that. Carbs are my poison. Carbs are everybody's poison if you think about it. But carbs are necessary in the system, but minimal amount, in my opinion, minimal amount of carbs for the quote-unquote energy that they're to provide is necessary in the human body to some extent. It takes a lot of energy to digest meats. Carbs are what burns as energy and are stored first, so no carbs, all meat, losing twice as fast. Yes, Brenda, it did. It came off quickly, very, very quick. It was amazing to me how quickly I was able to drop that weight. And I know that if I ever got overweight again, which I never plan on doing, but it you know, never say never, right? I know what I can use that would probably work for me again is the Atkins diet. And a lot of people don't believe in it. They believe it was a big, large farce. But they also, the Atkins diet, one of the biggest points that it tried to make at the beginning of the book. I might have company coming here for a second. Yes, sir? I'm going to go for a minute, guys. We're going to have a meeting real quick. They want me to come over. So I'll be right back. I'm going to leave you guys here in the truck because I can't take you over there where we're going to have the meeting. So I'll be back as quick as I can. Give me a minute. And let me take care of whatever it is. I think we're going to discuss be a reach for the day. So if that information comes, I'll be able to pass it on to you guys, just so y'all know. I'm going to get y'all set up. Y'all can watch some flags fly here for a minute and watch the freeway as it goes by. So yeah. I need to go get a phone cooler. Dadgummit. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Hello, hey, you guys okay? I just dropped. Y'all okay? Wake up. LOL. Sorry, I had the charger in my back pocket. When I stepped out of the truck, I jerked y'all off the dash, so. Everybody's asking me to go to the car gun show. Give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna go to the restroom first. So who's a lavender freak here? So guys, I'm gonna do. Thank y'all for hanging out, waiting for me to get back. So they convinced me I need to do the right thing, and now I'm beginning to see that yes, it's something. I'm gonna go ahead because we're driving to Martinsburg. Turn this power back on. Okay, I'm gonna tell everybody what I was just told. So, I'm not going to DC. I'll start by saying that out loud. This is the second weekend that we get an opportunity to do something like this, and they want me here to be live streaming, which I feel like I owe that to the movement, and we do. We need to be united and strong here as we try to get others to join with us in our mission here. And I think that's the right decision for me to be affiliated here, not being so concerned about going elsewhere. I wouldn't mind going elsewhere. I have but one reason. Where is Wizzy and Oreo? I cannot answer that question. I don't know. I'm to believe somebody said Wizzy was up in Gettysburg or something yesterday, taking some time for himself. I'm to understand, if I'm not mistaken, Josh is spending time with family. So yeah. Sorry guys, gotta go, so please play nice. Thank you, Vicky, for being here, and we'll see you later. So I'm gonna stream everybody coming out. Buffalo Man's got the lead in the blue Ford. You'll see, well, I say the lead four-wheeler, because D, of course, is gonna have the fire truck. I don't know if Santa's taking the semi, or if, I think the other guy's name is Brian, in the white semi. I don't know if they're taking those, but I know we are definitely taking the fire truck, or at least D is. I don't think Hippie's going with him. I think she's staying back at camp. And there's a few people that will be here to watch over. Make sure non-believers don't arrive and try to do something. Oreo's with us. That's what I thought, Mana. Thank you for saying. Yes, thank you. Great angle, great shot. I'm trying, John Wayne. Thank you. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, I've been trying to keep this sign within our live stream. This is the second time that I have look, somebody's coming in with a tractor over here, and he's got flags flying on the back. He's got a trailer. I don't know if that's our new reefer. We're supposed to have a second reefer coming for freezers, or if it's a dry goods. Somebody's supposed to be bringing a dry goods trailer for us as well, from what I'm to understand. Oh, and he's gonna come out this way today. For real? Are you kidding me? Yeah. So let me try to get, oh, doggone it. Well, I guess I'm fine. They can drive around me. They'll drive around me. I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna keep my sign. Where is our convoy ahead guy? Is he gone? He must be gone. But it's very true. I do need to be associated with these guys, standing behind them 100%, and I totally agree. It's kind of it's nonsense more than anything about trying to go to somewhere else when I can be here with my group. 1776 Restoration Movement. So now I'm gonna have to turn around and catch up. And yes, I think it totally makes sense for me to be here, not there. I'm sure you guys understand and know where I'm coming from. I'm not asking for your acceptance. I'm just letting you know what they brought to my attention, and I believe it. Yes, this was the choice. It was made kind of quickly, but it was made. So here we go. So we're gonna go to a car and gun show here in Martinsburg. I'm not 100% sure. Gloria, I'm sorry. I would have loved to come to meet you over here tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. And so remember, guys, it's strength in numbers. And I've been preaching it. I believe in it. And therefore, I'm with my group in numbers to at least raise one more number. Any of y'all that are out here in the local area, you're more than welcome to come. We would love to see you. We're at going to a car and gun show in Martinsburg, West Virginia. If anybody knows where it's at, come out, join us, see us, and you never know what can happen over here, guys. Hopefully nothing but good. Hopefully nothing but good. But yeah, so here we go. And yeah. And I've already, I know I've been to DC once with you guys. I know I've been in Martinsburg, affiliated with the logistical side of our new movement. I hung out here in Martinsburg for a while in the logistics. The people were from American Patriot Force, APF, when we were holding on to that name for a while there in Martinsburg. But yeah, so they're the logistics team on here for the 1776 Restoration Movement. And that's the logistics team, the people that I was hanging out with while TPC had left and before they had returned. And when they did return, I returned to TPC as well as they did. And then we got the boot. or the disbursement. And so those that I want to say felt betrayed more than not, in my opinion, got emotionally challenged by this, chose not to come this way or the other way, meaning the other way being AFC. I believe AFC is to be at the car gun show. It was their invite. Nicole had invited Santa to come and go to the car show, gun show with them. So that's pretty much what we're doing here, I believe. I don't know 100% for sure, but that's what I believe is happening right now, is that we're going to meet AFC over at the gun. Well, they were there at 10 o'clock this morning, 10:30 this morning, something like that. We decided to be there around noon. And yeah, so let's see. There's not many. One, two, three, four, five. There's 5 of us right here, but we are not caught up with the fire truck and however many he had, which I know 2 cars over there for sure, so that's 3 more. But there's 5 of us here in line, in tandem right now. And people are really see what's going on, I guess, because we get a lot of honks. Yesterday, somebody was counting the amount of honks that they heard throughout the day. And they said that they were over 125 or something like that. And Route 11 is only busy early morning or in the afternoon, rush hours per se. And so it doesn't really get a whole lot of traffic, but it's constant traffic, though it may be one every 30 seconds or whatever. But it is constant. And to get over 200 horn blows, or over 125 horn blows, somebody said 212, but I don't know about that. I do know somebody definitely said 125, and that's why I went back with that number. But anyway, to get 125 horn blows in a day, that's pretty good in my opinion. And that was not including what was being blown on the freeway. They were only counting Highway 11 here, which is what we're on right now, Martinsburg Pike, here in Bunker Hill, West Virginia. I was told the other day. That my left rear tail light is out, and I knew it was coming. I saw the moisture. I'm going to rub my window back up. I saw the moisture in the lens, and I knew it was going to burn it because it's an LED. They're kind of costly, is what I'm being told. I don't know exactly how much they cost, but they're kind of expensive, which I knew that too, having LED. And that's only because they know that they can get the money out of it, because not just everybody carries it. So they charge an arm and a leg. You know how it goes, supply and demand. So yeah, I was told a couple of days ago that taillight was out. So of course I need to find one. I'm probably going to try a pick apart or something to that, something like that. See if somebody's got one. I know they're expensive. I think somebody told me, because I asked in Walmart one day because I was having problems with that same taillight. That's why it's bad right now, because it's been messed with by me. Trying to fix it, realizing that it was an LED. Next thing I knew, it was taking moisture, and it was probably because of me. But yeah, so now I need to get a new taillight. I think AutoZone told me they're like $200, which that's really not that expensive. But when you don't have free cash right now, or extra cash in your pocket, that does have a tendency to get expensive. But I have the money right now, so I'm probably gonna try to find one here real soon. May even make a couple of phone calls today. I'll have to shut you guys down and I have to shut you guys down so that I can make some phone calls, try to find another tail light. If I can't find one at a pick, which should be cheaper, I would assume. If I can't find one, I'll check with AutoZone if they do carry it, and/or dealership. Though dealerships will be closed usually at noon or 1. But yeah, I'm gonna try to find one ASAP. Yes, you just saw me driving off the road, but I was paying attention. That's what everybody else is doing. We were just trying to get back in line. Now I can see how many vehicles we have total. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like 11 of us. Maybe 12. Oh, I didn't count the fire truck. So yeah, maybe 12. At least I don't think I counted the fire truck. Sorry if it's noisy, guys. I'm trying to keep my phone cool, and it doesn't appear to be working. But I'm also charging to make sure that I have, well, the charge has not gone, wait a minute, what the heck? Yeah, the charge has not gone down, but it hasn't gone up either, because I pulled the power pack off of it at 90%, and it's still at 90%, and it's plugged into the outlet in my vehicle, the inverter. So I'm sorry if it sounds windy. I'm not watching chat. I'm paying attention to what's going on in front of me. Take a picture of this as well. John Wayne, in order to take a picture of it, I would have to shut down the stream. So yeah, that's what makes it difficult for me. One of the reasons why I don't like just having my phone available. But somebody told me if I could use a second phone, didn't think about it. I do have a second phone. It does not have signal, but I do have a hotspot to give it. And it will function. I just don't know if it will function fully. I will check. Gas here is still a little bit cheaper than I've seen at $4.48. It's been $4.49 for a while. And yeah. It was $4.49 at my place. It went up to $4.56 after coming down to $4.41. Hey, Joe Biden, kiss my gas. Y'all see this gentleman here, guys?
Conference coming up. Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah. He'll be attending our rally tomorrow. They're handing out flyers for the International Shill Institute. I'll look into that in a minute. I'm driving. That's more important right now, guys. Sorry. Yeah. Oh shoot! I probably could turn on my CB and hear what maybe be chattering. I think they're on 10. They didn't tell me that.
If you feel like pulling over up here, just yeah, I'm trying to spot a bit. Your score base about empty. You don't need yeah, but the two full buckets looking at.
They're talking about pulling over to let us all catch up again because we got separated a little bit through that roundabout. So, yeah, we're making a left up here. Yeah, we're pretty close to each other. I think there's only like a vehicle, maybe two. Maybe they pulled into the center. Yeah. We're not making a left. They pulled into the center to let us catch up. I don't think you guys can see too much with the vehicles in front of me, so that's why I'm trying to give you a play-by-play of what's going on. Lots of proud Americans right here, guys. Patriots willing to die in their steed. We know what's at stake. And like the saying goes, I'd rather down my feet than be on my knees. I think a lot of us that are here have that same feeling. And that's probably why we're the only ones that are still here for the moment. But we know that there's other patriots in this country that feel the same. Some of them would be here if they could. I understand that they cannot be. We all have responsibilities. We must be responsible to our responsibilities. One of the biggest things that we probably need to be most cognizant about is teaching our children right from wrong, good from bad, instead of allowing the indoctrination that's going on today that's kind of making bad good and good bad. I mean, it's like totally opposite. Everybody says this world is upside down. I know I read that a lot. I see that a lot in different things that I read and pay attention to. And I have a tendency to believe that that is what's happening, whether anybody else wants to believe it or not.